Happy Pride Month to all. I offer you a warm welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, California, on this, our 9th annual summer jazz service. Get ready for some sizzling hot tunes. Welcome to everyone on our online church campus. Isn't it great to participate in church from your couch or kitchen table or even in your PJs? Welcome to everyone on our Alluvial Avenue church campus. Welcome to everyone joining the service later on Facebook or YouTube. We're glad you get to participate at a time and place that works for your schedule. We are truly one congregation in many places. We honor and respect the indigenous peoples on whose land our alluvial campus sits. As part of this recognition, we encourage you to learn more about the history of the Yokuts peoples and to support or visit the following resources: Native American Rights Fund and National Indian Education Association. On this Sunday, please know that you are welcome if this is your first or your 200th time being with us. You are welcome no matter your race, culture of origin, age, spiritual background, or religious beliefs. Your neurodiversity is welcome here. You are welcome no matter your disabilities, level of formal education, or amount of money you possess, or don't. Your gender identity, expression, or fluidity is welcome here. Those of us who are part of the lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, intersex, and ace community are welcome here. We are welcome with or without documentation. All are welcome here. Todos son bienvenidos aquí. If you are on our virtual campus and you want your joy, sorrow, concern, or gratitude included in today's service, just text it to us at 559-337-3772. Be sure to text your name as well so we know who you are. You can also type it into the chat box, but please do it right now so we have time to gather them to share later in the service. If you are on our Alluvial Avenue campus during our time of greeting, try to say hi to one person you don't know and introduce yourself to them. So in person, in the chat box, or in the silence of our hearts, let's take a moment to say buenos dias to each other.
Buenos dias. You can do better than that. Buenos dias. Mi nombre es Timoteo. My pronouns are he, him, and I have the great pleasure of serving as minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno. Welcome to our 9th annual summer jazz service. I asked Lorenzo to give us a statement or a thought to kind of hold the complexity of jazz, and he wrote, "Jazz arose from a joining of elements of European music with the rhythms and vocal stylings that enslaved Africans brought with them from their homelands, and which they used for spiritual sustenance as they performed brutal labors for their white captors. While jazz has now come to be loved around the world, we must continue to acknowledge that the sounds were originally reviled by the white enslavers and overseers, and that white people have historically accepted Africans and those of African descent only when they have provided entertainment and not otherwise. So today, for our 9th annual service of jazz, we welcome back Dr. Otto Lee. And we welcome two fresh new faces, Chris Jansen and Phil Sarkeesian. Welcome. So let's allow the sound of the tingsha to take us to that place of quiet anticipation out of which jazz will emerge.
My name is Christine Myers, and my pronouns are she, her, ea, and I serve joyfully as part of your worship arts team. If you have a candle or chalice with you on our virtual campus, bring it close as we'll be lighting it soon. Our theme today at our summer jazz service is Finding Your Inner Happy. I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more I need to make this a spiritual practice. One place that always sparks joy for me is Disneyland, which I was fortunate enough to take my kids to a few weeks ago, and where I got these fabulous pride ears. Despite my aversion for overstimulation, walking through those gates always inspires me to be in the moment and find the fun no matter what. In tune with our service today, the music, especially Dixieland jazz, helps transport me to another place. Another place that always transports me is this church. I walk through those doors and the good vibes just flow. From Reverend Tim's fun socks to impromptu dance parties in the aisles as we gather, I feel the weight of the world melt off and joy take hold. Like jazz, our church has a structure that allows for brilliant improvisation in the way we experience the sacred and holy. In that spirit, please light your chalice or candle at home. Anahita and Anjali from our Children's Sunday program are here to light the chalice for us on campus. This morning's song of praise is Turn the World Around. And kids, listen up. Every time you hear the words, turn the world around, you can spin around once in a circle. Adults are welcome to spin as well, or just trace a circle in the air like this. And just singing is totally fine. Lip syncing also counts. All right, in that spirit, let us rise, embody our spirit, and sing our song of praise.
We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living in the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Do you know who I am? Do you know who you are? Sing each other clearly, turn the world around. Do you know who I am? Do you know who you are? Sing each other clearly, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Oh, so is life. Water make the river wash the mountain. Fire make the sunlight turn the world around. What's in the river? Body is the mountain. Spirit is the sunlight. Turn the world around. We are of the Spirit, truly of the Spirit. Only can the Spirit turn the world around. Oh, so is life. 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 Woo!
I invite us to remain standing as we say together our church mission. La misión de la Iglesia Unitaria Universalista de Fresno es amar inclusivamente, crecer espiritualmente, servir con gratitud y trabajar por la justicia. The mission of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno is to love inclusively, grow spiritually, serve gratefully, and work for justice. Please be seated. So today's service is called Finding Your Inner Happy. So I've got a question for kids and adults. What does being happy feel like? What does being happy feel like? Oh, Jackie. Could we have that on, please? Let's see.
Okay, can you hear me? No.
There you go.
Hello, yes, music, absolutely music, and raising my heart rate with it.
Okay, so you know you're happy when there's good music and your heart rate just builds and builds. Anybody else, how do you know when, oh yes, how does being happy feel like?
Doing the right thing.
Oh, what a great you answer. Doing the right thing. Here in the last row.
Well, when you're happy, you feel like kind of warm inside and happy.
That's wonderful. You feel warm inside. That's happy. Oh, here we go. Yes.
What makes me feel happy is when I stick my tongue out when the window opens.
Okay. We all have to do that. Let's all stick our tongues out. Come on. And last but not least.
Being in nature and loving nature, just looking and seeing the beauty.
Amen to that. How many people feel happy when they are in nature? So today, this morning actually, a friend of mine said, why are you talking about being happy at church? What does being happy have to do with religion? Religion is about being obedient. So one of the things that makes Unitarian Universalism so exciting for so many of us is that a couple hundred years ago, so this was back even before Lorenzo was born, a couple hundred years ago, there were people, Universalists, who said, you know what, the purpose of religion isn't to make us fearful of some big, mean, judgmental God. They said that if there is a God, then that God is a God of love. And that God of love wants to love us, not punish us. Yay to that, yes. And these Universalists, and this was really radical at the time, they said that the purpose of life is not to be obedient or to be fearful. Actually, the purpose of life is to be happy. God wants us, they said, to be happy. But that also means that we have to work so that other people can be happy too, which means equity and sharing and justice. As Cornel West says, justice is what love looks like in public. And so, remember, we say that the purpose of religion is to make us happy, to make us feel love, and then take that love out in the world and make this world a better place. And so, kids, how many want to go to the bounce house? Today is our carnival, and so Lorenzo's going to sing us out, and if you all come right down the center aisle, and Eva is here with her team, and they're going to the bounce house.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. Nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
So I invite us to take in a nice, deep, centering breath, breathing in peace and breathing out love. Again, a nice, deep, luscious, centering breath, breathing in peace, breathing out love. One more time together. We breathe in peace. We breathe out love. And now as the space grows a bit more still and serene, and also animated by the sound of a baby celebrating life, we love that sound in this space. Allow that breath to carry us back over the last week, the last 7 days of our living, a gift that we received. And 2 questions. In the last week, was there an instance when you were able to be gentle with someone or something? Gentle. In the last week, was there a moment when you felt your strength? And with that gentleness, with that strength, we open up space together to hold the complexities of our lives, our joys, our sorrows, our concerns, and hopefully some gratitude. Some of us stopped at the small table in the entranceway to the church and filled out a card. Others of us texted those feelings that were alive for them. And this is a little bit of what is among us and between us. Allie says that she is grateful that my son Joaquin and I got to spend 3 weeks together enjoying camping, music festivals, the beach, extended family, friends, and watersides. Wonderful time of healing. And Paula F. is grateful for yesterday's meaningful service, celebration of life for Babs Eskin. Riva is feeling grateful today, appreciates having coffee time before church with my good friend Nancy R. Good company. And Vicky Y is feeling a sorrow today. Sorry, my friend Tony's retired guide dog Adora passed over the Rainbow Bridge. So many years of guidance and love, and we hold Tony, we hold you in our heart as you grieve this loss. Also today we want to acknowledge that, as reported in the Fresno Bee and papers and news outlets all across the country, fires have formed in Fresno County after more than 1,000 lightning strikes that struck eastern Fresno County on Monday. By Friday, a crew of more than 1,500 firefighters were battling 3 large fires and several smaller ones, now called the Fresno June Lightning Complex. It is threatening over 900 homes and disrupting power and communication lines. And one of our own, our beloved Robbie, is a firefighter and is right now fighting that fire. Again, a reminder so close to home that climate change, human-created climate change, is a reality. We remember today as well our beloveds, Nancy W., who continues to recover and grow stronger from her procedure, Shelley G., Armin B., Bev F., Sam Z., Glenda R., and Pat M. We also celebrate the marriage last Saturday of Marina Thomas and Jeremiah Henry, musicians who bring so much light and love into this space on our Sunday services. And just in case you didn't know, today is the last day of Pride Month 2024. Celebrate. And we also have some grief that is present and among us. We grieve a pair of Supreme Court decisions. One makes it a crime for unhoused people to sleep in public spaces. In her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote, "This leaves the most vulnerable in our society with an impossible choice: either stay awake or be arrested." The other SCOTUS decision repeals the Chevron doctrine and provides a major shift of power That, unfortunately, will limit federal agencies' ability to craft protective regulations in areas that touch our lives, such as environment, health care, workplace, and food safety. And so, for all that has been spoken aloud, for all that we hold in the stillness of our hearts, and for all those who have no one on this Sunday morning to remember them or to say their name with gentleness or care, we light our candle of community. By our remembering, may we and they be blessed. Our call to meditation, find the stillness.
In storm and rain, sorrow and pain, still we remain singing. Calming my fears, quenching my tears, through all the years singing. Pequeña voz dentro del ser, oigo tu voz cantando. En mi dolor, llanto y terror,
Are we feeling happy yet? Good morning. My name's Christine, and I know I am feeling very happy. I have been a member of this church for about 1 year now, and it continues to bring me much happiness. I'm especially happy today to have my kids here for the Kids Carnival, for this wonderful music, to be here with all of you, and okay. It's important we hear this. We hear testing. Testing. Testing, testing. I can speak louder. I have a stage voice. I can be really loud. Okay. This is a time where we share of our gifts financially if we are able. We pass the basket each week to keep us mindful of the invitation to generosity. We are able to give here on our campus if you have cash or check. And we also have available Cash App if you'd like to donate that way. We take all of it. We take your good vibes as well, your happy vibes. So in that spirit, let us say our words of offering. If not us, then who? If not open hearts, then what? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not generously, then how? If not us, then who? If this is your first or second time with us, please let the basket pass you by. Your being here today is your gift to us. May this church continue to be worthy of the many forms of your gifts.
Thank you for your understanding. I think we're all back together. So let's take a nice deep breath in as Ron balances the sound. And another nice breath in. And release. One more time. Breathing into the possibility of your inner happy. And
Mahatma Gandhi once declared, "Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony."
Black social justice author Adrienne Marie Brown writes, "Pleasure is not one of the spoils of capitalism. It is what our bodies, our human systems are structured for. It is the aliveness and awakening, the gratitude and humility, the joy and celebration of simply being miraculous.
And the Broadway cast, you are a good man, Joan Brown, saying, happiness is 2 kinds of ice cream, pizza with sausage, climbing a tree. Happiness is anyone and anything at all that's loved by you.
This morning, instead of a sermon, jazz music and spoken word will interplay as we explore the spiritual theme, finding our inner happy. quite brief words from Chinese poet Yu Mei, who wrote in the mid and late 1700s during the Qing dynasty, which was the last imperial dynasty in China. This is entitled Summer Day. While reading in the drowsy heat, head on my arms, I slept for hours. Through open windows, warm winds blew. I wakened, buried under flowers.
Ode to Arroz con Leche, from Adobe Odes by Pat Mora. Begin with an illusion, sweet on the tongue, a mouthful of creamy moon. Let whimsy take you by the hand into the kitchen as if you were hypnotized. Do not resist. Follow directions, old rituals uniting fire and water into a feverish boiling. Add curled bark, its fragrance from India unfurling into an infusion of memories. Smell the perfume, cinnamon-scented wisps rising, disappearing into your hair and wooden spoon. Extract yourself from the trance and add a white stream, a streak of miniature rice meteors. Close the lid. Retreat, but listen to water's amorous burblings in the dark, softening the grains until the liquid vanishes. Pour more whiteness. Un sueño blanco. Hiss of sugars shimmer, stubborn salt bits, milk's smooth mystery. Feel the rotation. Centuries of circular stirrings, hands spinning ollas. Reveries. Simmer comfort, spoonfuls of bliss.
Ordinary Happiness by Mary Oliver. Once, years ago, I emerged from the woods in the early morning at the end of a walk, and it was the most casual of moments. As I stepped from under the trees into the mild, pouring down sunlight, I experienced a sudden impact, a seizure of happiness. It was not the drowning sort of happiness, rather the floating sort. I made no struggle toward it. It was given. Time seemed to vanish, urgency vanished. Any important difference between myself and all other things vanished. I knew that I belonged to the world and felt comfortably my own containment in the totality. I did not feel that I understood any mystery, not at all. Rather, that I could be happy and feel blessed within the perplexity. The summer morning, its gentleness, the sense of the great work being done through the grass where I stood scarcely trembled. As I say, it was the most casual of moments, not mystical as the word is usually meant, for there was no vision or anything extraordinary at all, but only a sudden awareness of the interdependence of all things within one world: leaves, dust, thrushes and finches, and human beings. And yet it was a moment I have never forgotten, and upon which I have based many decisions in the years since.
Dr. Otto Lee, Chris Jansen, and Phil Sarkeesian. Woo! So for many of us, one of the ways we find our inner happy is through YouTube. One of my favorite moments in YouTube history took place near Yosemite in Mariposa. It was January 8th, 2010, when Paul Bear Vasquez stepped outside of his home and caught sight of a double rainbow over Yosemite Valley. Now, he began to film that rainbow with his phone, but the video also captured Paul Bear Vasquez's sheer happiness at what he was beholding. Over 50 million people have now watched his video of wonder and amazement. We're going to see just the first minute and 13 seconds of this video. Trust me, as wonderful as this is, it gets better. So when you go home, your homework is to Google, YouTube it, and enjoy all 3.5 minutes. But here's the beginning as he discovers his double rainbow over Yosemite Valley.
Whoa, that's a full rainbow. All the way. Double rainbow. Oh my God. It's a double rainbow all the way. Whoa, that's so intense. Whoa, man. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Woo! Oh my! Wow! Woo! Yeah! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my God! Look at that! It's starting to even look like a triple rainbow. Oh my God, it's full on. Double rainbow all the way across the sky. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh God.
So, in the spirit of finding our inner happy, let's rise and sing a song that was first sung by a frog 45 years ago, back in 1979, from the classic film, The Muppet Movie. Let's sing The Rainbow Connection.
Someday I'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on in morning star? Somebody thought of us and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweetest song that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 la.
Please be seated.
Service. May the happiness we share today fuel our inner happiness as we head into our week. As we prepare to end our service and enter our afternoon, please join us in our chalice extinguishing words led by Karen and Troy.
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts.
All right, Tim, let's have some reminders.
Some reminders, but first, appreciation. I'm hoping that Dr. Otto, Chris, and Phil, would you just come center here on the floor just so we can appreciate you for your music once again. Thank you, gentlemen. And you are welcome anytime you want to hear more of that applause. Thank you so much. So Cecily is our coordinator of community life. She is our rainbow connection. If you are new or newish to this congregation and want to understand it a little bit more, maybe even figure out how you could belong here, Cecily is your go-to person. She will be inside the sanctuary for our coffee hour, which will be inside because it's over 100 degrees outside, which means we're going to need some help bringing in tables and turning the chairs around. And rumor has it, because of Saul's generosity, the remainder of the food from Bab's celebration of life will be served, including fresh shrimp. Also, there will be a table with a blue tablecloth and a sign that says question and answer table. That's with a board member, a member of the board. And I think it's Patty today. Is it Patty? Patty Potter will be there. So get your shrimp and head on over, talk with Patty. Important to know, the next 4 Sundays of July, we will not be having Sunday services to give the staff and volunteers a chance to catch our breath before we start it all over again the first Sunday of August. But the community and the connection continues at 10:30 a.m. Cecily will be providing iced coffee hour here in the sanctuary, and we will have children's programming every Sunday in July at 10:30 a.m. So you can come, have your kids entertained for an hour, and you can just have peace and quiet. And free air conditioning. Jim wanted me to let you know that our UU Art Space, and thank you, Jim, for curating 2 now shows. The current show will be taken down in July, and a new show will debut the first Sunday of August. So if you have art that you would like included in the next installation, there is Jim's email on the screen, or you can even just call the church office and we can tell you how to do that. We encourage you, no matter what medium you work in, more art for our walls. The second Sunday of August, if you can think that far, will be August 11th. This is our traditional water communion. Bring a little water from your summer or your sink or even your backyard hose. That will be the second Sunday of August. Last but not least, we like to welcome folks who are with us for the first, second, or third time. We do this not to embarrass you, but we are genuinely glad. And what a good day you chose to be here. So if this is your first, second, or third time, if you could rise for just a moment, we won't leave you standing alone for long. I promise. Welcome. And I invite the rest of the welcome back. Welcome. The rest of the congregation rise with them for our closing words and our sung benediction. If you wish, you can join hands with those near you, or you can place your hand over your heart. These words are for you, dear ones. May you be safe this summer. May the spirit of life dance in your heart this summer. May you feel moments of peace this summer. And this summer, may you remember you are loved, you are cherished, you are not alone. Will you repeat after me? You are loved. You are cherished. You are not alone. Blessed be. Amen.
May we have safe passage. Safe passage. May we have safe passage. Safe passage on our way. Safe passage on your way, wanderer. Safe passage on your way, searcher. Safe passage on your way, sweet children. Safe passage on your way. We have safe passage. Safe passage.
assalamu alaikum. Have a great summer.